I just had two quick questions left to ask you. One is more on the effects of the conflict. Are there any historical parallels from maybe just the totality of damage, the way the attacks are being carried out, or is this conflict kind of unique in that regard as well?
Well, look, I mean, first of all, in terms of the damage, all there's more and more information coming out, and of course, Israel does not let reporters into this area. It's very difficult to report from there. You cannot believe any longer the IDF at all. I mean, for myself, I once served in the IDF to see. I mean, the army just is completely unreliable in terms of the information it gives. Um, but all the information that is coming out indicates that the amount of destruction of property and destruction of lives um, is unprecedented. You have to go back to the bombings in World War II. You have to go back to the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Uh, just the scale is absolutely extraordinary. We may be talking about 5% of the population that has died. That has not even happened in the Syrian civil war over years of conflict. And this happened within less than 2 years in Gaza. So that's one thing. The scale is huge. What effects that will have? Um, well, first of all, of course, the effect on the Palestinian population is completely devastating, and it's unclear how this will be resolved for Palestinians. The effect on Israel, and I come from Israel, and I know many people there, and I'm in touch with many people there. I think will be long term. I think Israel will not be able to clear itself of the stain for generations. And it will no longer be able to use the Holocaust as as the kind of credit that it had to say we have to do whatever we need for our existence because of what happened to us. I think it's run out of that because of the horrors that it's inflicted on Palestinians in Gaza. And the international community, I have to say, the kind of license that Israel was given, the impunity that it was given, has shredded the entire regime of international law. And it'll take a long time to put it together again, which means the rogue nations will be able to say, if the Israelis could get away with that, why should we bother? And that is also, of course, a disaster beyond the fate of Palestinians, of Israel, but for all threatened groups around the world.
And yeah, that's very well put. The last question I want to ask you, I ask knowing that it is, the impossible question, in terms of what could be next. When conflicts with your understanding of genocide and such, once they reach the point kind of where this conflict is, what do you think needs to happen to change the trajectory from spiraling worse and worse to where peace seems hopeful or possible again?
Look, genocides normally end under two conditions. Either those perpetrating it reach their goal and they just succeed in carrying it out. And this happened, say, in German Southwest Africa in 1904 with the destruction of the Herero. This is what the Ottoman authorities succeeded in doing in World War I to the Armenians, uh, or through military intervention. Uh, let's say the Holocaust ended because the Red Army moved to areas where Jews were being killed, not because it wanted to stop the Holocaust, but for its own reasons. But that's what stopped it. The same, the Holocaust in Cambodia, Kampuchea, ended with the invasion of the North Vietnamese army. Again, not because they wanted to stop the genocide, but that was the effect of that. Um, in this case, um, it, the issue is not only the killing in Gaza, but the issue is that this is an ongoing conflict.
Mhm.
It's an ongoing occupation, ongoing oppression. To call it a conflict is actually a little bit of a misnomer itself because there is vast Israeli superiority over the Palestinians. Um, the only way to put an end to it is political.
Mhm.
The only way to put an end to it is to force Israel to engage in a political discussion with Palestinians and to find an appropriate Palestinian leadership, which right now doesn't really exist, uh, to find a way to share that space. And one has to always remember there are now 7 million Jews and 7 million Palestinians in that land between the Jordan and the sea, and nobody's going away. They have to share that space. If they don't, then they'll keep killing each other uh, long before I'm no longer there to observe it.
Mhm. Yeah, and I want to thank you again for taking the time to share your knowledge and expertise with us. If anyone watching wants to learn more, I will have his book, Genocide, the Holocaust in Israel Palestine. I'll have it linked in the description, as well as your website and things like that where you can find them. So I appreciate you, and we'd love to have you back on sometime when your schedule allows it.
Right. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.